Usually I don't make this type of video, but after watching the Xbox Game Direct and when they showcased the game Fable, I got really hyped for the future of games for this year. So I procured a list of 10 of the games I'm looking forward to, and some of these games you might have not even heard about. So if you wish list of games because of me, and you like them, just know it was I who spread the word. Anyway, let's get on with it. Now, number 10. At the risk of you clicking away from this video because of the game, I just want to let you know that most anticipated doesn't mean that the game is going to be good. I'm still anticipating it, even though all signs point towards the game being bad. And this game is Highguard. Now, with less than 3 days at release and no word from the developers after their disastrous reveal at the Game Awards, the marketing team is on some strange, weird tactic where they don't say anything, and that makes me more intrigued about the game. More than that, I'm also looking forward to the game because while the game looks generic, there's something unique about it. This whole siege mechanic where you spawn a castle and attack other people's base. It seems different enough. Now, I know a lot of people are enjoying Marvel Rivals, but I can't bring myself to play it anymore because when Overwatch came out, I played that game non-stop, and while Marvel Rivals is slightly different, it's very similar to Overwatch, so I'm just looking for someone to change up the formula. Just like my fatigue of hero movies, I also have a fatigue of hero shooters. Will Highguard be the one to change this whole hero shooter fatigue that I got going on? Because everyone is doing the exact same thing, and these guys, while the game looks kind of generic, who knows what the gameplay is going to be like. Maybe the gameplay loop will be so different and unique that it will get a lot of people playing it. That's why I'm looking forward to it, because I don't know anything. I don't know anything about the game because the developers haven't said anything. That's why I'm anticipating it so much. Number 9 is Marathon. Now, I know a lot of people are also hating on this game, especially the players who bought Arc Raiders. They're saying, hey, I already paid $40 for an extraction shooter. Why am I going to pay $40 to play the exact same thing? Because, both Marathon and Arc Raiders have you fighting robots. I am here to offer you a different opinion, other than what everyone else is saying. While Arc Raiders is good, it is also a third-person shooter. And if you know anything about third-person shooters, you know that there is this issue where people do this thing called third-person peeking. Essentially abusing the camera, going around a corner, waiting for someone to make the first move, and if they try to peek you, you'll get easy shots. I hate that. It turns my fights into a game of patience, and I don't have the patience for it. A lot of people are also clowning on Marathon's art style. I just want to say that it is unique, it is very interesting, it is different, rather than everyone is doing the exact same thing. Basically making a realistic looking extraction shooter. Exodus Arena, Tarkov, they all make realistic looking shooters that look like real life, but Marathon is different. Marathon is doing something unique. While they do have some copied art, I believe they're fixing that. And the loot system could be better because the loot in Arc Raiders is kind of garbage. And this game has a cybernetic system where you can equip different cybernetics that you find on the game. And you could equip it to yourself. And anything cyberpunk is a big W on my book. So definitely looking forward to Marathon. Number 8 is State of Decay 3. Now, State of Decay 3 would go a lot higher on my list if I was sure that it was coming out this year. Xbox hasn't really said anything about this game. It's been announced a long time ago, and when I played State of Decay 2, I jumped late into the party. What I saw was a framework for an amazing game. Now, albeit the game is very repetitive, but there was this system that I really liked. It's a system where you recruit other survivors, and if you die, you play as them, and if you die, you lose them forever. This system is very good, very immersive, and it adds tension to your games. I would argue this system where if you lose a survivor, you lose them forever. Basically a character that you leveled up, and they're gone. I like that. It's like the Nemesis system. It's very good. The first time I got introduced to this system is when I played this game called Watch Dogs Legion, where you recruit other people, other NPCs that you find out in the world, and if they die, you could lose them forever if you have that setting turned on. I really love that system, and I really want to see State of Decay 3 come out this year. Probably not, but I'm just putting it on your radar. Now here's a game you probably haven't heard about, Carnival Hunt. Now this is a horror game, kind of like Dead by Daylight, when one person plays as the killer and the other plays as survivors. Except in this case, you're in a carnival and the killer is like this creepy clown thing and the survivors are a bunch of bunnies. Now, the reason I'm looking forward to this is because I am crossing my fingers, hoping to God that this game would give competition to Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight has been out for a decade and they're dominating the horror multiplayer market. It's ridiculous. They don't try, and Dead by Daylight is in an abysmal state. The game is awful, probably because it's been out for more than a decade. They're not making Dead by Daylight 2, I think. So I just want this game to be good, and I'm looking forward to it because of that. I want them to give competition, and when there's competition, people are actually trying. Now, number 6, it's Palworld full release. Now, despite Nintendo's lawyers' best efforts to destroy this game, the game has actually thrived, making collaborations with different IPs, and it's still regarded highly as one of the best survival games out there. Now, when it comes down to me, I am looking forward to it. I have done my best to avoid spoilers on the game, and when the game does eventually fully come out, I will probably do videos on this, so make sure to subscribe if you want to see that. Now, another thing I want to say is, it seems like over time, the Palworld developers seem to be leaning more towards more tame content. They're like not showing Pal's abuse as much, especially with their new game, basically being like a Farmville type of situation where you're treating Pals good and you're not like abusing them and stuff, which I personally don't like that, but you know, I just want that option to be there. You know, I treat my Pals nicely, but I would like to see Pals being treated awful because that's how it would be like in real life. It just feels like they're catering to children more rather than like grown adults or older kids like 16, 17. But it seems like they're catering more towards like the 9 to 6 age demographic over the time, which I hope they revert from that and stop and just continue with like the messed up stuff that they got going on already. Number 5 is Enshrouded for release. Now, when it comes to Enshrouded, I personally, you know me, I love the game. And if you look at my channel, I'm actually building one of the best bases anyone has ever built in this game. No, seriously, you should check it out. I am building Dracula's Castle from Castlevania. Particularly the one on Netflix show. The one with a bunch of towers all around and it looks crazy. So that's what I'm building, and building that has taken like a lot of time out of my life, and I decided to stop doing that and wait for the full release, which will include a creative mode where you could fly, I think. And that's what I'm waiting for. And that's why I'm really anticipating this. The game is really good, but ultimately the combat is kind of not so great, especially when you're playing solo, but ultimately the game's building system holds everything up, making it ultimately one of the best survival games to date. And the graphics are awesome. Alright, now it's time for the heavy hitters, because number 4 is Resident Evil Requiem. Bring it back, my boy Leon. The first Resident Evil game I ever played was Resident Evil 4, and ever since then Leon has become my icon for this franchise. It's nice to see him back, and I hope we'll get to see more of them than the other lady, because, you know, Leon is my boy. Leon is my homeboy. Now, I heard that they are leaning more into the horror when it comes to this game. And that really excites me because Resident Evil Village, while not my favorite game, I honestly didn't like it. But that baby scene, that baby horror sequence where you're being chased around in the darkness by a baby monster, that made me shit my pants. So if they lean into the horror with this one, like, honestly, this could be one of the best games of all year if that's what they do. I love the Resident Evil horror. Now, number 3 is a game that appears to be like the Minecraft of RPGs. There's just so much variety here, and I have no idea what this game is about. They showed no hints of the story All they showed is the things that you could do, which is kind of a red flag to me because if the story is not good, I don't know how I would feel about the game. The gameplay could be nice and all, but I would appreciate there to be some sort of narrative. But the game I am really hyped about because of the things that you could do. Ultimately, no story could be a turnoff, but I might be blinded just by the amount of fun things there seems to be here. I am honestly intrigued by the game. There seems to be a lot going on, and it just seems like a lot of fun, you know? I could do a lot of content on this fucking game I can see myself doing. Like 1,000 NPC that all have their own names, their own daily routine, and their own dialogues. This game also seems to be good to be true, and I'm honestly looking forward to it. Fable seems to be like a game that I would like. A game where you have the freedom to do whatever you want, it seems. You could be a hero, a villain, or a mix of both. You could also be a rich asshole, a tycoon, who owns a lot of buildings and businesses. It's giving me fantasy GTA vibes. And honestly, this game I'm pre-ordering. I know. Pre-ordering is bad nowadays, and I don't do it. But this game, I might do that, or get it on Game Pass now that I think about it. I love this game so much. It's tickling my fancy. All the things that I want are there, and I am so excited about it. Now, before I get to number 1, I have some honorable mentions. The first one being Everwind. Basically, people will probably say, oh, it's just another Minecraft clone. No. The combat seems to be pretty great, and there seems to be a lot of variety on equipment. I think people also have gadgets where you could be like an engineer or an assault trooper or something. What this game is like unique about it is the fact that you're on floating islands and you get to make your own flying ship. I think you could also make the islands move around, or am I thinking of another game? I don't know. When I saw this game, I was instantly intrigued, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. I don't know if it does release this year, but I'm just putting it here to put it on your radar. This could be an alternative to Minecraft. I know there's already Hytale, but this game, you shouldn't be ignored. You should give it a chance. Especially this whole mechanic of building your own airship. It seems to be pretty dope. Next honorable mention is Subnautica. Now, I didn't like it as much as other people did. That's why I didn't make my list. It's an honorable mention. It seems to have more exploration elements and survival, but I still kind of like the game, and I am looking forward to it. But another reason didn't make my list is because apparently this game is kind of getting ruined by greedy executives who fired some key personnel to make extra cash. It makes me not want to buy the game altogether, but hey, I'm still somewhat looking forward to it. It's a Subnautica game. There's not many like it out there, and yeah, I'll probably play it, but I won't be happy about it. Those greedy execs. If there was an alternative to Subnautica, I'll probably choose it. But yeah, Subnautica's a good game, I guess. Another honorable mention is probably a game you never heard about. It is a weird mix of PUBG, Hunt Showdown, and Left 4 Dead, where you're extracting and you're also going inside vehicles. Other people are also playing as zombies. You're also playing as humans. You're looking for loot. You're trying to finish objectives, and you're trying to extract. There's all types of monsters. This game is chaotic. It has a lot of things. Now, the reason why I didn't make my list is because I am unsure on what the hell is going on. It's intriguing enough for me to put it in this video altogether and to put it on your radar. The Bornless seems to be an interesting game, a mix of a lot of different genres, and I could see a lot of good content coming out of this game if what I'm seeing here is what's in the game. A lot of Twitch videos, that's for sure. I'm looking forward to seeing other content creators play this game. What can I say? I enjoy watching that stuff. Oh, and there seems to be a playtest that you could sign up for right now on Steam. So I'm definitely going to do that. I just realized that when I'm making this video. Wow. That is very nice. And number 1, yeah, GTA. What else did you think it was going to be? Alright, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next gameplay video, because I don't do this commentary thing a lot, and I don't intend to. If you made it this far, you can probably tell I'm not that good of a speaker.